in first 2 months, it's quite possible that you are not going to be able to do any job.
that you would
Second
like.
challenge which I had to face was the German language. You have to do your own cooking, on cleaning, on laundry.
I'm struggling with that
That
too.
too.
I've been here for 9 months. I still struggle
Yeah.
with that.
So at this point, you start missing your family. If you've got a very lavish lifestyle back home,
Be
you gotta stick.
prepared. There are so many good desserts here that
Yeah,
you just can't resist.
you 1, 2, 3, action.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have Moid with me, who just recently came from Pakistan, and he's a student here in the University of Vienna. Today we will be discussing what challenges he had to face up front.
Yes, definitely. We have shortlisted a few of the challenges which I had to face, and I'm sure a lot of students who are watching this video and who would be coming in near future. So possibly they have to face these challenges as well. So we have shortlisted those challenges, and we're going to discuss about it briefly, and let's see how much you can learn from it.
Yeah. So I would start with the question that what's the first challenge that you would want to describe? What was the first thing that you found was like very challenging?
Yeah, of course. First thing which was very new to me, you can call it as cultural shock as well. That anything that you would have to do here, from getting a haircut from a barber to getting your residence permit to everything, you need to get an appointment for it. So if you don't have an appointment and you would go in there up front and you would be asking them to give you the service which you're looking for, you're not going to get it.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Yep.
So first major issue which I had to face was to get a meldezettel. So what meldezettel is basically, a lot of students who are right now in Pakistan,
Yeah.
and or maybe any place in the world who are watching this video,
Yeah. Mainly for the people who are from non-EU countries. Yeah.
So if they're watching this video and they're planning to move here, first thing which they have to get here, first document which they have to get here is meldezettel. So what is meldezettel? So any place where you're living here in Vienna, we're specifically talking about Vienna, but meldezettel, you have to get it from anywhere you're living in Austria.
Yeah.
So um, Vienna has 23 districts.
Yeah.
So out of any 23 districts, wherever you're living, you have to register with the local municipality.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to get an appointment. You have to go there. You have to bring all of your information, and you would have to give them. And in return, they would give you a document, which would be pronounced as meldezettel.
Yeah.
So this is basically registration with the local government.
Yeah.
That okay, I've reached here,
Yeah.
and I'm living in this place,
Yeah.
and that's how you're going to get the meldezettel. So now why we're talking about meldezettel?
Yeah.
Because
What's the challenge?
yes. So why we're talking about meldezettel because without meldezettel, you're not going to get anything here. You can't get semester pass, the bus pass. You can't get anything. So it is very important that the first thing you have to get is the meldezettel. Once you get the meldezettel, everything would get a lot easier for you. And meldezettel is also very important to get the residence permit, because when you'll come here, you'd have to receive the residence permit card, because students know what I'm talking about. Is that you would have to get your residence permit approved from where you're applying. Once you get it approved from where you're applying, you have to receive the residence permit card once you get here. So to get that residence permit card, one of the requirements to get that residence permit card is the meldezettel.
Yeah.
And another one which is also very important is to get the insurance, because I know a lot of people would be saying that we have the insurance, because from where they are applying, they need to get the insurance, because it is also a requirement to apply for the residence permit. So that insurance wouldn't be enough here, because it's not valid here. Okay, let's be honest. For any place you're getting that insurance from, it's not valid here. So you have to get the valid insurance from here, and it is not going to be free, obviously. So every month it costs you 64 to 65 euros. So for a student who is not having a job, who is going to come with a little amount of money or some expenses which he has to cope up with his challenges, so you have to pay that amount, and it is very important document as well, because this is also a requirement to receive the residence
You
permit
can't live
card.
without insurance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is also very important, I mean, to be on the safe side, because if you fell ill, because a lot of students, once they move here,
Yeah.
it is totally different from where you originally are.
Yeah.
Because temperature is different, environment is different, so it's quite
Exactly.
possible
Yeah.
that you can fell ill.
Yeah.
So it is important to be on the safe side.
Yeah. So the first challenge,
Yeah,
Melzettel and
Malzel and insurance,
insurance.
because it's important to get. It's an important document.
Yeah.
And required document for you to get the residence permit card. Yeah.
So make sure you get those before coming.
Yeah.
Before coming, no.
No, after coming,
After
obviously.
coming.
Yeah. You can't get there from the place you're applying
Yeah.
or where you are right now.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the next second challenge that you
Second
would like?
challenge which I had to face was the German language.
Oh, I had to face that
Yeah,
too.
because let's be honest, because this is and quite honestly, when I was in Pakistan, I was off to the same view that it is not big of a deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I was off to a view that maybe everyone there speaks English quite quite fluently and probably easily, but
That's not the
that's
case.
not the case. So don't be having this misconception. This is Austria is a German speaking country.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be prepared, but this it's not the fact that all of them they don't speak English. Most of them they do,
Most of
but
them do.
their first priority would be to speak German, and they would speak to you in German as well. So you can learn a little bit of German,
Yeah.
and ask them to speak English with you. If the other person speaks English, he would be willing to speak English. It's not that they don't feel good in speaking English. It's
No,
just
they're
that,
pretty good at speaking English,
yeah,
actually.
it's just that they prefer speaking
Because-
their own language,
Yeah.
German, which is quite fair because
Just
if
like
you
everyone would.
yeah, because
their own
if you compare it with Pakistan, people do speak English there.
Yeah, they do.
So,
They make
but
their efforts to like
Exactly.
speak to you.
yeah, but the first language or preferred language would be Urdu, or
Urdu,
if you're in a province, their own language.
Yeah, in any country like
Yeah,
Spain,
it's
everyone would speak Spanish.
So
and-
it's pretty much like that.
Yeah.
So you have to learn a little bit of German, and secondly, once you go out for groceries and once you had to go out to buy something, the applications, the local applications, they're
Yeah.
also in German.
everything. is in German.
Everything is in German. So you need to get a few applications. You have to download them, and you can use them to once you go out for groceries. There's an app called Google Lens.
Yeah.
You can download that, and you can take a picture of whatever is written on that product, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it would give you a real-time translation, and you can make your decision according to that.
Yeah. Because every product is in German, nothing is
Yeah.
in English. So you
Yeah,
have to make sure that you have your mobile to
Mobiles with
translate.
you.
Yeah.
And another important thing, which is that not only your phone, but you need to have an internet connection in
Of
that
course,
as well.
and you need to have a SIM card.
SIM card. And very important fact here is that you can't. I mean, if you're in Pakistan right now, or in your own country right now, you can do your own research right now, sitting because you have your internet, you've got your phone in your
Yeah.
hand. You can do your research that which SIM card you have to buy here, because when I came here, I didn't know which connections you usually have here.
Yeah, same.
And
I just
people
went
were
to the store and asked which
Yeah.
one is good, which SIM should I buy? Yeah.
and everyone has their own opinions
Yeah,
about it,
of
right?
course, yeah.
So it's important that you trust your own research
Yeah.
first of all. So you need to make your own research on it, whichever kind of their packages they suit you.
Yeah.
You can buy it. So when I came here, a lot of people told me like buy Magenta, buy A1, buy 3 Dry,
Yeah, yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
I don't know what are
We
these. I don't know
what are
about it, and I ended up buying Spuzu, which most of the people don't even know about it. So
But
you
is
can.
it good?
It
Would you
seems to
recommend
be. Yeah, I do, because it is a bit cheaper than the other, because I'm a student. I would have to consider all these things. So yeah, it is good. It is working for me as
Okay,
of
cool,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. So you would have to work a little bit on your German, but it's not that they don't speak English. They do, but it's better to learn a little bit of it.
Yeah, like
What
for
do you
me,
think?
I'm working in an international organization, so like
Yeah.
I don't have to, learn German because I'm there for like 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
and we're speaking English all the time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
for me, it's not that difficult. But of
Yeah.
course, if you're a student,
I can tell.
I think you would have to learn
But
a
you
little
know,
bit of German.
I mean, I can relate to that as well, because in my university, I haven't started my university as of yet, but I know that everything would be in English over there.
Of course.
But you're just going to spend like 4 hours, maybe 5 hours in the university. The rest
Yeah.
of your day you have to spend outside.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're spending outside, no one is speaking English outside. So if you have to go into a grocery store, if you have to talk to an employee of the grocery
Yeah.
store, they speak German. So you'd have to ask them that if you speak English, or maybe you can ask them, or maybe you can show them on your phone, because last thing is, if they don't speak German, you can
Yeah.
show them on your phone, and maybe they can help you out.
And I think it's nice to learn a new language.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. I mean, this is very important. I mean, if you're coming from a different culture
yeah,
to a newer culture, it is very important to learn the language,
yeah.
because it is a part of their culture.
And then you
And
get involved with the community. It's a
exactly, I
great
mean,
way to like
it,
become
it, it
friends with.
helps you, intermingle with the local
Exactly,
community.
exactly.
So it's very important, if you want to, because I know a lot of people, they don't like doing that.
Yeah,
They don't like going out of their comfort zone.
yeah,
So
exactly.
so they just want to stick with maybe their own language,
Yeah,
or maybe English. So it's good if you learn it, but
yeah.
it's totally optional.
Okay, moving on. What are some more challenges that you had to face when you
One of
came
the
here?
major, and I feel a lot of students who are right now in their home countries, they would be worried about this fact as well,
What is that?
that once they come here, obviously they had to travel with a sum of money,
Hmm.
and they would have to manage their expenses for at least first 2 months, because uh, in first 2 months, it's quite possible that you are not going to be able to do any job, because especially in Vienna, or especially in Austria, because they are very strict with their rules.
Yep.
So it's not like UK or Canada, where you can do jobs under the table.
Hmm.
So it's important that you work on your documents just as soon as you come here, and do it legally. That's what I would suggest. And managing the expenses for the student is very important, because once you don't have a job, and you're having a limited amount of funds, and a sum of money which you also have to save, because you have to show your bank statement as well for the residence permit. This is another topic which we are going to discuss in
In
another
our next
video,
video,
in our
stay
next
tuned.
video. So we are going to discuss that, how you have to manage your financials as well.
Yeah.
So um this is very important, because in first 2 months, until the time you get to your appointment of residence permit, when you have to collect your card, all the documents which you have to gather and present at that day, one of the very important document is your bank statement as well. So by the time you get to that point, you get to that your appointment, you have to spend that time, and you have to manage your expenses at, by that time as well. So one of the most important thing is, which I would suggest right now to the students, is that um, it is important that you keep in mind that at least for 2 months, you can bring groceries and things with you from your home country. Okay, so in that way, it would be a lot easier for you, because you wouldn't have to go every time outside and buy something which you could have bought from your home country.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so buy a ticket in which you can at least have luggage space, or luggage weight of 40 kgs.
Yeah.
So
It would be nice to bring some kitchen utensils because
exactly,
the dorms here
exactly,
they don't have
they don't
anything,
have it.
nothing, no dishes. So
Exactly.
make sure you
So
bring something.
so definitely, the kitchens are very nice, everything would be
Yeah,
working.
you will
um
have a fridge, but
exactly, yeah. But you have to bring something, because the facilities are there, but you still need your equipment to use it.
yeah,
Um, Secondly, what I would suggest is that you need to give yourself a budget, like 20 euros, maybe 22, 25 euros, which whenever you're going out to do groceries, important point here is
yeah,
that some of the grocery stores like Lidl, like Hoffer, um, these are comparatively cheap,
yeah, exactly.
if you compare them with Billa
Bill and
or
Spar.
Billa Plus or Spar.
Yeah,
So they're comparatively cheap. So if you're a student and you're on a budget, these are your go-to places:
Lidl and
Lidl
Hofer.
and
They
Hoffer.
are the best.
Okay, so give yourself a budget, and it's also important that you make a list that what are the specific things that you need to
That
buy,
you need. Yeah,
because most of the time you get, once you enter the store, you're going to buy stupid things, because everything is would be talking to you right in front of your
yeah.
face. Okay, buy me, you
And
need
there are
me.
so many good desserts here that
Yeah,
you just
and
can't resist. So
you'd be carried, you'd be carried off by it,
yeah.
which you wouldn't want to be. So you need to make a list, and you need to be specifically, okay, I need eggs, so you're just going to buy
Stick
the
to that
eggs.
list.
Exactly. I need milk, you're only going to buy the milk. So yeah, making a list is very important,
Yeah,
sticking to your budget.
good point.
And
Yeah,
exactly, so that's how you can manage your expenses. And other than that, you have to spend money on insurance as well, you have to spend money on your semester pass as well, because you're a student, it costs 78 euros to get semester pass.
What is that? Can you please explain?
Semester pass is basically for students. It is a pass for bus. It is a ticket basically, which you need so you can buy it if you're a student. Not everyone can buy it, so it
Okay.
is basically a perk to a student because only a student can buy it. Not everyone can buy it.
And what
So
are the facilities?
it is cheap. What else would you expect? Entire Vienna, you can use every single bus, every single tram, every single train.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I'm paying 365 for the whole year.
for the whole year. And if
So,
you compare that
that's
with
super cheap.
with the student with the facilities that students are going to get for it, is just they have to pay 78 euros, and it is good for 5 months.
Super cheap.
Another point which we were discussing earlier as
Yeah.
well, that rents are increasing.
Rents are increasing
And
because of the inflation.
because
Everything is
inflation
increasing.
and everything, gas prices are going up,
Yeah.
and the ripple effect of that is that everything that you have in grocery stores is going to be expensive
Yeah.
as well. So you need to be very vigilant about the fact that how you can manage your expenses.
Exactly.
And it is different with everyone has their own lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you've got a very lavish lifestyle back home,
Be
you gotta stick
prepared.
you gotta stick to much lesser ones, so be prepared for that.
Okay, what is the last challenge that you would like to talk about?
Specifically, my mom would be watching this as well, and she knows that I'm struggling with this. Our household chores, because
Oh, I'm struggling with that
that
too.
too.
I've been here for 9 months. I still
Yeah.
struggle with that.
I mean, any student who would be watching that right now, and he knows that in their home country, if they're living with their families, I mean, I'm sure a lot of students, they would be living on their own as well, and they would
Yeah.
be doing all of these things on their own
Which
as
is
well.
very good.
It's very good.
We're proud of you.
Of course, yeah. Since I've come here, I've realized how important it was. So, it, because once you'll start living on your own, food is not going to be made itself.
Exactly.
The cleaning is not done by itself. Laundry is not done by itself. So each and everything you have to do by your own. You have to do your own cooking, on cleaning, on laundry,
Oh,
everything
yeah.
by your own, and it takes a lot out of you.
Yep.
It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot of effort. You have to take care of a lot of little things, and so at this point you start missing your family as well.
Exactly.
That everything was done and presented right in front of
Your
you.
mom
Okay.
would present your favorite dish in front
Yeah,
of you,
and you would be, and especially if you talk about me, I'm a very picky eater.
Mhm.
Okay, so I would be making a lot of comments. It doesn't taste good. It is that. Especially my mom would make tea for me, and I would be like, this is just warm water. It's not tea. So
Do you make comments for your food now?
no, I don't. Anything right now, whatever I make, I just think that okay, I have food in my stomach. That
That's
matters.
it. That
So
matters.
it
No
doesn't
matter how
matter.
bad the taste.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how it tastes as long as you have food in your stomach.
You're
Perfect.
good. You're
Yeah.
good.
So and another thing is that you also start to miss a lot of family events where
Exactly.
you would want to be there.
Your parents' birthdays, their
Yeah,
anniversary,
marriages as well.
marriages,
I mean,
especially for our country.
one is
like,
going on right now. So
like Pakistani marriages are,
yeah, you
are
know
a
about it.
full thing. So,
Yeah. So of all of these things, they start hitting you at one
Yeah.
point. And so
you're
yeah,
gonna feel lonely, of course.
Yeah,
There will be
definitely.
times when you feel lonely, but
exactly. Yeah. So these are the kind of challenges we've talked about them in detail as well.
in detail.
And
So yeah.
so yeah, these are the kind of challenges you'd have to face up front.
So these were some of the challenges that you might face when you come here. So be
Yeah.
prepared for that. And thank you so much for your time, Moit.
Absolutely, anytime.
Yeah.
So we're also planning another video, which would be about financials, because a lot of students are watching this video, and
what he's doing here,
yeah,
And-
of course,
and a little about the visa process.
exactly. Yeah.
So we'll be talking about this in detail in our next video. We're not gonna make this video long enough. So now,
We definitely don't want that to be very long.
yeah, so
Um,
we are going to cut it here. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's it for this video. I hope this will be useful. And let me know if you guys have any comments. And see you guys in my next video. Bye. Okay.
ये इतनी ज्यादा मेमोरी लेगा, इसको काट के दोबारा बनाओ। सही बात है।